Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's card making video, I'm playing with a brand new Glimmer hot foil set from Trinity Stamps and the Aura Speckled foil. They're so cool together. This is the cut and foil coffee set. This is the foiling set right here. You can see those wider lines on the plates will let you know that's for hot foiling, and this is the die set that coordinates with it. So you can use these dies to cut out your hot foil pieces, and you can also use these two sets independently of each other if you prefer. So now let's take a look at how it hot foils. So I have out my Aura Speckled foil. It is so gorgeous. I love the speckles in this. It's gold with some iridescent shine and the speckles. It's going to be so fun for this project. So I just cut a piece that was the right size for my coffee cup using my quick trimmer, and then I'm going to put the foil pretty side up and my plate face down, and then I tape that in place so it will hold there, and then I put that face down on my Glimmer hot foil system, put the spacer pads on top, and press the timer. When the timer goes off, then I can just remove that whole entire platform, run it slowly through my die machine, and the pressure and the heat will transfer that hot foil onto my cardstock, and it looks just like this. Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. All right, now I'm going to do the word coffee on some dark brown cardstock the same exact way. And after I run it through, you can see how gorgeous those words are with that foil. I love the thicker line of these hot foil plates. I'm also going to do the coffee cup in brown and green, and I'm going to then do a little paper piecing. So the die will cut out the whole entire image and an outline, but I really wanted to do some precision cutting and not have to worry about the die like lining up with this exactly. So I wanted to use my scissors to cut it out, and then I could paper piece it on top really well. So there's the brown cup. Again, this foil, I don't know what color of paper I would put it on that I wouldn't like it. It's so gorgeous. So now when you're cutting out your hot foil pieces, you want to make sure that you don't put your tape over the hot foil. It could dull it out a little bit. Now I could use the die to cut out this heart, but it's also going to cut out the center, and I wanted the center to stay green, so I fussy cut that as well as the top of the cup, so I have a nice green lid. And then I have all the pieces so I can paper piece this together. So now it's time to glue everything in place. First that lid, and these lines are wide enough you can cut right on the line and paper piece it down, and it makes it much easier to line it up. So there's the like cup holder in orange, and then I'll put that heart on top, and I think it's really fun to paper piece this, and you can make it in lots of different colors. It's very easy to paper piece it if you use the coffee cup. It's kind of meant for that, the coffee cup die. So now I cut out the word coffee, and then I'm going to hot foil some of the beans as well. And I just think it's super fun to have gold shimmery coffee beans and then to die cut them out. So cool. So I'll have 3 little beans for my card. And the background of my card, I just did some quick ink blending on a white panel with vintage photo at the top and ground espresso at the bottom. And then I am wetting a paper towel very thoroughly and bringing in this little bowl. I thought it would be fun to use the water to make some rings. Like you would, if you were making a card, you would traditionally make those rings of the bottom of a coffee cup be brown, but I thought it would be fun to kind of invert that. So I did bring out my Misty to give the cup a little soft place to push into versus just stamping it down right on my glass mat, and that worked so good. So there's my little rings, and now it's time to do a ton of splatter because that's the way I roll. I love it. So I did some water first, and then I'll pick the excess up with my paper towel. And then I'm going to do ground espresso, and this is like a tone on tone, so it's going to be a lot more subtle than I want. So I decided to bring in a darker color, which really the only one is black soot, but people like black coffee, right? I don't, but people do. So I used that and splattered it all over, and then I set that aside to dry while taking out this new die set from Trinity Stamps. It's the Pumpkinhead die set. I die cut out a pumpkin and a stem. Here's the funny part. This die set is made to coordinate with an already existing stencil. So a person wouldn't have to figure out how to color this with Copic markers. They really could just bring out the stencil. But it was a long day, and for some reason I just thought, oh, I'm going to shade this with some Copic markers. But it would be much easier to do with a stencil. So there is a Pumpkinhead stencil that can be used by itself or with this die set. So FYI, make it easier on yourself and use the stencil. All right, I was just kidding when I said I was done with the splattering because I decided to make this kind of like a pumpkin latte. So I brought out my carved pumpkin and my rusty hinge, distress oxide sprays, and splattered those. Next, I have this brand new stamp set, Fa-BREW-lous. Yeah, that's the name of it. And I decided to use one of the sentiments from the Slimline stamp set, emboss it with gold because that's kind of the theme I have going on here, and add that as a sentiment to my card. So I'll emboss that, and then I wanted to dress it up a little bit. So I have this cute scallop die that's made to go with the curtain call stencil set, so you can cut out your curtain, but it also can be used by itself. So I did a little green scallop for that. Now I have this patterned paper frame that I used on a previous card, but saved so I could use again later. So I'm using it on this card, and I love the little striped edge around this. But it meant that my card had to be 9 by 4 inches because that's the size of that paper. So I have a really giant slimline card today, but it will still fit in a regular business-sized envelope. So for the word coffee, I did die cut out 2 more of those dies to make my sentiment thicker, glued that down at the top, and then added my sentiment right below that. And I think it's really cute with that scallop. It just adds that little something. And then let's stick down the coffee beans. So I popped those up in and around the latte, and I think they're so cute with the gold and the brown. It's kind of fun. So now it's time to add embellishments. New from the Trinity Stamps shop are the lovely Latte Baubles. I'm going to add some of those because latte, right? But these are like flat back pearls or baubles that are a really light brown but have a iridescent finish to them. So when you turn them in the light, you get a little bit of variation in color, a little shimmer, a little shine. And I first put 3 at the top and 3 at the bottom, and I thought, I need more. So I brought them back out and I added some more, but I thought you might want to see all the rainbow of colors that these baubles with the iridescent finish are available in because they're gorgeous, and I love to have all the colors available, don't you? I love that. So there is my finished card, 9 by 4 inches, so big, but it really allows a lot of that background to show with those little rings, which I really love. So if you love hot foiling and you have your Glimmer hot foil system, you really should think about trying out these Trinity Stamps cut and foil sets because they are so much fun. They have a thicker line. They're just really fun to play with. I've enjoyed them. And if you're new to hot foiling and have any questions, let me know. Plus, I have a ton of hot foiling videos, so you can check out that playlist on my channel. I will have a new video for you very soon. So if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. And if you're interested in the supplies, of course, I have them linked for you below with affiliate links. And I appreciate you so much for stopping by, liking and commenting. I love chatting with you, and of course shopping my links as well. You're so good to me. Happy stamping. Bye.